Hey everybody, how you all doing today? I climbed out of bed to do this video because I finished the book. So I'm in me jammies, so I got my sweater on because I just had to talk about this book while it was still fresh in my head. I didn't want to wait till tomorrow, so I wanted to give you all the good scoop, and these are all my notes. So, welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina, Kristina. It's nice to meet you. Apparently, all of my co-hosts have left. They all came down with me, but then they all left. If you could please all check out my Star Trek Next Generation recaps on Fridays, my If Then episodes on Friday. If you like this author, then maybe you like that author. And Flashback Monday. Nobody is watching Flashback Monday. And I'm doing over 1670 books. Historicals, mysteries, sci-fi, inspirationals, contemporary romance, paranormals, urban, harlequin, and erotica. And nobody's watching. And also, there's a stain. I have to wash it now. And I don't even know where it came from. And If Then. And no one is watching those either. And I worked really, really hard on those. I did a huge one on Native American Indian detectives with the Hillerman branch. And I also did a huge one, about 30 books on Black authors from all different genres, sci-fi and vampire. L.A. Banks, she's the best. Rochelle Ayers, Brenda Jackson, and nobody watched that one either. So if you could please watch my videos, I'd appreciate it. It would mean very much to me. Nobody's watching much of my channel, but I'm working with a laptop that's being held together by a binder clip, and it's doing pretty good. The bottom separated, and the binder clip is holding it together, and so far, it's been about 3 or 4 months now, and it's still working. So as long as it's still working, I'm doing videos. And my papers didn't print out. Just a second. Okay. And my daily book reviews. I do 15 videos a week, and nobody's watching. It's been over a year now. Please, somebody watch it. Spread the word, please. Out there somewhere. Hit the like and subscribe. And my daily book reviews. And today, book 10. Wait a minute, I may be wrong. Hold on a second. Book 12 in the series. And actually, for us, if you've been watching all my videos, book 12 and a half, sort of, kinda. Because when we started this reread, we started with Darius. And then we did Dark Lover and the rest of them over there. So this is book 12, and it's about the king. We haven't seen the king since Dark Lover. What's the best part of this series is that it's a character progression series. I like character progression series because John Matthews' book story started in Dark Lover. Wrath's story started in Dark Lover. Tor, all of them, their whole series started in Dark Lover. And each and every book, the characters get a little bit more further progression, gets a little bit more in their storyline. And in the last couple of books, we kind of finished up with the brothers themselves, although we do see them, some more character progression with them. But we've added some new characters. And in the last couple, well, not added, but some background characters have come to the front and center. They used to be supporting characters with Revenge at Zero Sum, and Zex became an important member with John Matthews. She became his wife. And TREZ and I Am are stepping up to the plate, and now they're getting significant portions of the book, and their story is being told. And and I still haven't figured out. Oh, and I have to say this up front, and I should have said it earlier. Spoilers, 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 spoilers. One of the podcasts that I listen to for my big brother, and we will be talking Big Brother a little bit, just a little bit. I can't help it. I have to talk about it. But they had the old taboo beep, 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 beep game. So pretend I'm beep, 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 beep. Spoiler, 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 spoiler. Because when I read mysteries, we're doing the James Patterson, Alex Cross series, which I just heard is going to be showing on Prime in a couple months, and Victoria Thompson's Gaslight series, and then we're doing a few others extra here and there, but those are the three main series we're doing on the Black Dagger Brotherhood. And I will give you some spoiler alerts. I'm still not with what we're getting. I am and TREZ's story. They're coming up to the plate. We're getting more of their background. They're stepping up on stage. They used to be, like I said, secondary characters. Now they're becoming more primary characters. They're getting more. We're learning about them as individuals. We're getting information on their background. We're getting to know them as characters, not just as employees anymore. And we also have, we got a new character. I think it was in the last book of the book. I think it was in the last book. ASSAIL. Now, he showed up in the book before that, because with the king, he was brought in to help with the king. And I'm really not sure what his role is as of this juncture. So I'm not exactly sure what him and MARISOL are adding to this whole thing. But they've had their own storyline for the last couple of books. And they've been getting closer and closer, but no reason. They haven't interacted with any of the Brotherhood as well. ASSAIL has. But not, I don't know what their purpose is, what their overall story arc will be yet. We don't know that yet. Right now, they are getting significant portions of the book. They are getting a good portion of the story. And so I'm not sure how they fit in yet. We know I Am and TREZ because they've been background characters almost the entire series. So we've got to see them, and we know that they're former Revenge's former employees. They've got their own restaurant. They have interacted with the Brotherhood quite often in the series. They've had roles in previous goings on in the series. So them we know, them we have seen. I was also worried, and I guess this is kind of a spoiler, that when all this stuff came down with the king and the Glamera was going to overthrow, and I probably should preface this. I used to do this with other books, and I haven't with the Brotherhood, and I'm kind of lacking in that. I should have done it, but give you an introduction of all the characters. I do that with some books, and I haven't with these. But so when this stuff with the king came up, and the Glamera was contemplating overthrowing the king and taking over, they had a lawyer assist them, and he was going through the old laws and pulling out the old laws to find legal ways to dethrone the king. And I was worried there for a time that it was going to be Saxton. Now, Saxton was, with Blay there for a while, Blay and Quinn there for a while. And he was getting close, and he was helping the king with stuff, so he was in the Brotherhood mansion there for a while. And I was worried that he had all this inside tracked, and maybe he was helping the Glamera do what they wanted to. But in the end of it, we finally get some scenes in here that show that he's had the same type of relationship with his folks. Now, we really don't know the reason as of yet. With Quinn, it was the multicolored eyes. But we don't know what the situation is with Saxton, but his father told him flat out that he doesn't like him, he hates him. So that there is some antagonism there. And it turns out that Saxton is not the bad guy here. It's his father who is the bad guy. So that's a huge spoiler. Sorry, spoiler. John is going through some stuff. John Matthew is going through some more stuff. He's been going through the same thing since Dark Lover. There is still no explanation as to why, although, huge spoiler alert, there is a scene in the book. It's very brief. If you're not paying attention to it, or maybe I'm giving too much emphasis on it, but there is a scene in the book where Zex is talking to John, and she tells him that he has two shadows, that he is like two people. And we know from all the books that he is Darius reincarnated. So that's where she gets the two people from. But they don't know it. None of the cast know it yet. None of the characters know that. Only the readers know that. It's only been shared with the readers. And I was also, Beth goes through a situation that becomes quite serious. Layla had gone through a serious situation in the previous book, and I was hoping that Payne would be able to solve the situation a second time, or maybe they would call the Virgin Scribe in to save the situation, but no, J.R. Ward decided to go this other way with the character, so that was fine. The Glamera are almost successful in overthrowing Wrath. It is Beth who comes up with the ingenious way to get around the Glamera and save Wrath's throne. There is a divorce in this book. There is a marriage in this book. There are several pregnancies in this book. And we have ASSAIL and Marisol getting together in this book, and she gets kidnapped, she gets tortured a little, she goes through a tremendous harrowing experience, so there's some stuff going on there. But there we also get some of Wrath's father. Now, I know most of you probably know somebody that has this situation, or maybe it's your family yourself. So this one is John, and then he has a son, and it's John, and then he has a son, and it's John. In Wrath's family, they're all Wrath. So it's Wrath, son of Wrath, son of Wrath, son of Wrath. And it took me a while to figure out that it was like his parents, his great-grandparents, because his parents were slaughtered in front of him, so these people were his great-grandparents. And it was Wrath and Anna, I believe her name was, and I don't know how to pronounce it. It wasn't spelled that way. It was like Annha, something like that. But it took a while to try and differentiate, because when she's referring him as Wrath, you're thinking of the current Wrath, but it's not the current Wrath. It's the great-grandfather Wrath, and they're talking about all the stuff that went on with him and the Glamera trying to overthrow them, and poisons and the whole 9 yards. So it is a little disconcerting there. And there's also Wrath and Beth have a huge, massive fight. So, but it ends up working out in the end. But we do get an awful lot of information about Inez and TREZ. And I wanted to see if I could find it. Let me see if I can go through my notes and find it. I wanted to share oh, no, I guess that'll be spoiling too much. But it is Beth who ends up saving the day for the king. And Wrath also ends up changing how he deals with the Glamera, with the vampire community. And it's a whole new world after this. It really is. Wrath does some radical things. He changes a lot of perspective on what's going on with the kingdom. He does a whole huge slew of stuff. So like I said, I think that just about wraps it up for today. If you could please go check out Star Trek Fridays and If Then Friday Afternoons and Flashback Mondays and all my daily book reviews, I'd appreciate it. So the mystery of what ASSAIL and MARISOL have to do with the whole story still has yet to be. They're on the fringes right now, but they're still getting a significant amount of coverage in the books. And we didn't see too many lessers in this book. We didn't see too much of the guys fighting. We didn't see much of Butch and Marissa at all. They do have a couple small moments. But most of this book is getting to know and getting more information on IM and TREZ and what's going on in their background, and MARISOL and ASSAIL solving an issue there. And then, of course, the Glamera coming after Wrath and that situation. And then, of course, I'm assuming they're his grandparents, because his parents were slaughtered in front of him. So these, I think, are his grandparents, and they had a whole different situation. But it's kind of confusing when it's Wrath, son of Wrath, son of Wrath, son of Wrath. It kind of gets a little confusing. But I'm looking forward to the next book, which is, let's see, we can take a look here. I believe it's The Shadow. I think it's the next book. You see, this is a what you see is what you get channel. There's no fancy editing here. So yes, The Shadow is the next book. And this took a little while to read, because this is one of the most of the books prior to this I have read many times previously. So this was a newer reread for me. So I'm catching up with books I haven't read before. So I hope you enjoyed The King. I hope I didn't spoil too much for you, but there's a lot going on in here. There are some really good memorable moments. Oh, and Layla, the Chosen, she's going to the other side. She's doing it for the right reasons, or the wrong reasons, or the right reasons, depending on how you look at it. So I hope you will join me in a couple of days for The Shadow, which is probably IM or TREZ's book, because those two are referred to as the Shadows. Because we've got a significant part of them in this too. So anyways, please hit the like and subscribe and let me know I'm doing a good job. Really appreciate it. Thank you.